Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports.
Morning, everybody. John Gerber here, co-host of From the Rough podcast on the FanStream Sports channel. Here on your Saturday kind of wrap-up of the first two rounds and talk a little bit about what's going on down there at the Valero Texas Open. We got some winning matchups for you today. Kind of a weird day that it's kind of been the trend a little bit, right? What's going on the PGA Tour. There are a lot of starts, a lot of stops. These guys trying to catch up. So, the weird part, these golfers are such creatures of habit. They kind of get back in the form, but it's really kind of luck of the draw this week down in San Antonio. We've had some bad opportunities with our initial picks, but we'll go over that in a little bit. But crazy week. They're just now finishing up the second round this morning down there. So, and then they're going to make the cut. It's looking like that Patrick Rogers is still kind of in that lead. Couple shots, 2 or 3 shots over Corey Connors, past champion of the Valero Texas Open down there. And if you watched a little bit of Corey, one of these guys, it's such a good ball striker. I was down, like we talked about, I was down in Austin and watching him, and he's one of the superior ball strikers on the PGA Tour. So it doesn't surprise me in this type of weather, kind of tough conditions down there, that he's kind of up there on top of that leaderboard. And he putted the ball terrible yesterday, to be honest with you. So, look for him to continue his good ball striking today, kind of clean up that putter, and he might have a chance. We didn't have him on our card this week, but that's a golf course that obviously that he likes going down there. The cut looks like it's going to come at about looking like even par is going to make the cut, which is a very high cut there on the PGA Tour. So obviously with the weather conditions looking a little bit tough, that's looked like it crept down there. We got 65 in ties. It got that even par mark. I was looking before they kind of restarted this morning. It was maybe 1 under par that was really going to make the cut. But, some of our picks we had at the beginning of the week didn't make the cut. If we go kind of down the list, a couple surprises. Everyone kind of touted Terrell Hatton. I didn't really know how he was looking with his wrist injury, but he ended up shooting 1 over par, not making the cut. A couple other names there kind of scrolling down the leaderboard here, guys that make cut. Look at a guy, Scott Piercy. Boy, the first round he had the lead most of the first round, and he ends up, 3 over par. So that just goes to show kind of those starts really can affect some of those guys also. Going down the list, that's really about the only shocker that we kind of really had. I like that, I thought Ryan Fox would play a little bit better than he did, especially with these types of conditions. But, I think the restart hurt him also. He's one of those guys, I think I told you guys on From the Rough podcast the other day that during the WGC, it was probably 50 degrees, 55 degrees, a little rainy, and he was on the range hitting balls in a mock T-shirt and a pair of shorts in the practice round. So pretty much showed me the guy's kind of a rhino, man. He just out there and weather doesn't hurt him, and I thought it'd be a good spot for him this week, but didn't really come into form. We are looking okay with Taylor Montgomery. Taylor Montgomery, we had him, listen, this guy's going to win. Man, he just fits the mold of this guy winning. He played well the first round, 68. Followed it up again with 74, 2 over par, but just, again, that mix of stop, restart, he kind of got the bat in the draw, really hurt him a little bit. So he's up there too. He's up there 2 under. He might be a little bit further back than we want him to going into moving day. Golf course isn't going to be set up nearly as difficult. That's usually why they do it on Saturdays, make it a little bit easier so these guys can shoot some lower scores and kind of move up that leaderboard. So we'll talk a little bit about Taylor Montgomery here in a bit. But Davis Riley really surprising me this week. He's got off to a terrible start on Thursday. He went 5-8-8, it looks like, and kind of got him behind the 8 ball a little bit. And it's hard to really catch up on this golf course. There's just, with those types of conditions, there wasn't that many scoring opportunities. It was a little bit soft, but when you start spraying it around that place, you're in really trouble, and your irons aren't nearly going to be as precise as they need to be on some of those undulating greens. So, Davis Riley, it's another guy, man. I'm waiting for this guy to win. I firmly believe it's going to be this year. He kind of fits that mold like Taylor Montgomery. too talented not to win so far on the PGA Tour. And when you see some of these other rookies out there having some success, it really just surprises me that these two guys haven't really gotten that winner's circle yet. But it looks like Taylor Montgomery's our only opportunity to win. Ricky Fowler's up there too. I know we had him to finish in our top 10 or top 20. So I'm going to pull a little bit for Ricky. And then Ben Martin's back up there. I think he sits there about 4 or 5 under par. So look for these guys. I'm going to watch these guys a little bit today to see how they were, how they're going into the final round on Sunday. And hopefully one of these guys can get hot. I don't think Ben Martin, he doesn't show the attributes and he doesn't hit far enough to kind of dominate this place to maybe shoot 7, 8, 9 under par today like a Taylor Montgomery can. But that doesn't mean he can't gradually work his way up the leaderboard as we got him on our picks this week to finish in the top 20. So let's jump into our matchups, guys. We got 3 matchups today. Our first matchup that we're going to push on the board, and we posted all of these already on our social media feeds at Jay Gerber PGA Pro on Twitter. If you guys don't follow us, please follow us. And also on From the Rough podcast on Mondays and Wednesdays, we're going to go over these picks. And now it's from 4 to 6, 2 hours on Mondays and Wednesdays to kind of recap last week. And then Wednesday is going to be preview the following week with our picks. And obviously next week with the big granddaddy of them all, the Masters, we're going to have a couple really good shows with some guests next week. So make sure you tune in. But let's jump into these matchups. I'm going to take Taylor Montgomery 105 over JJ Spawn. And again, it just goes to show I don't think he's played very well. He's only played the par 5s. There's 8 par 5s he's had opportunity to play with his length, and he's only playing them 2 under par, which is terrible for a guy like Taylor Montgomery. And this is one of the factors that I really like to look at going into the weekend when we do matchups is how they're playing the par 5s, especially with a guy like Montgomery's length. So look for him to have a good showing today. And I thought he was a really good price at 105 over JJ Spawn. Also, I like Ricky Fowler minus 110 over Siwoo Kim. It's just a really good spot for Ricky. I don't think he's going to be able to catch up to win the golf tournament, but anytime you can build this momentum and have a really good round, I think he's going to go for some pins that, may be a little bit risky, but he's hitting it well enough to be able to do this, to really shoot a low score. And we've talked about this a lot. I really, really high expectations for Ricky through the rest of the year. I think he's going to win. And he's really doing some really good work with Butch. So I like where he's at in this spot. Minus 110 over Siwoo Kim. And our last matchup for today is Christian Bezuidenhout, minus 105 over Alex Noren. Again, this is a guy that's the type of golf course that this guy can dominate with his length. And this is a key factor that we really look at in going into Saturdays and matchups, is because the golf course is going to be set up a little bit easier for those guys to make a lot of birdies. And this is exactly what this guy does with his length. He hasn't played the par 5s as well as I think he should have with his length. But again, this is a good opportunity for him to show that on Saturday and maybe move up that leaderboard and get this matchup for us over Alex Noren. So those are our 3 matchups today. We will be back posting tomorrow. We won't be doing a video tomorrow, but we will be posting on our social media feeds if there's some matchups that we do like. So follow us there. Also, check us out on Monday. We're going to do another recap of the Valero Texas Open. Maybe do a little bit of Masters talk. It's a little bit early to get in that Masters talk, but it's never too early to talk Masters, right? I'm not going to be wearing a green jacket next week like some people. I'm not that big of a fanatic, but I do love the Masters as a golf professional. But that's what we got for you today. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Check us out on all of our social media feeds from the Rough Podcast, Mondays, Wednesdays, 4 to 6 Central. And you can follow me at Jay Gerber PGA Pro on the Twitter feeds, Instagram, all of our Facebook stuff, and anywhere you can find FanStream Sports on our channel on our YouTube. Please go there, subscribe, follow. Anything you can do, get some more information, and we're going to get you some winners. So that's what we got for today. Have a great afternoon. Have a great weekend. And we will be seeing you guys on Monday.